game. We are 1400 and our opponent is exactly 1400. This is my journey to 1500. Let's see what we've got today. We've got the English. Okay. We're playing the English and they're doing a kind of fairly standard setup. I believe this is the best move now. It's called the centre fork. We're going to regain a piece. They might sacrifice here, in which case we take and drop back. A little bit of theory, and now I'm pretty much out. That's the opening done. We can take here. I think the queen should come there, queen should come here, and that'll be a trade-off. I think that's the right move. Do I want to keep queens on the board? No, that's fine for me. Having a think, what setup do I want here? Pawn in the centre. I've got the ability to defend it. They're coming in here. They can take there. Okay. I don't like this. I can defend it this way. If I do this, I lose my bishop. The alternative is to move my... I think they're going to come in and make me lose castling rights anyway. So let's go here. Oh, I should have gone... Yeah, that was a bad move. Misplayed that. Let's kick this out. Okay. They might try and come here. Should I go central? That looks very unlikely to be good. I want to be able to get my bishop here to cover and trade off, really. If they come in here, I can stop that for now. They can go here. If I go this way, no. If I go this way, they can come in with check. So how about developing here? See where can they go in a forward move? This square. I don't love this, but I'm going to do it. And then we're going to play here and try and get this out. If I could trade off and open here, that might be good. I need to get this bishop developed. Yeah, developing is good. We now cover these squares with the bishop. Might need to go this way. If this forces a trade, let's go here. Let's connect our rooks. Ah, I blocked something in there. Of course I did. Okay, I'm going to get this move in. You can go back here again. Oh. Okay. they've given me an open file. I can maybe attack their king down. Let's go here and try and open this way and this. Go from bad to worse. Any square I go to, I think they've got something on me. This now hangs. This hangs. Fell apart here. What about check, take, something down here. I want to do something where this rook doesn't hang. To give me a check there. Check. Let's put this check in first, and then we can assess options. Okay. So these are the problems here. Nothing left. This isn't a sensible fork. Got to save this. That comes with check. Can't defend this and this. Okay, we're going to capture this way so we're not down too much in material. If I capture here, then they can come out, so let's take that. Thinking this move, yep, gonna try and break this open, get that off the, I'm just down a full rook I think, yep, okay, clever. Maybe there's some way to annoy their pieces. Trying to go here or here. What am I trying to do? Go here. I'm not down a full piece, I'm down an exchange, so okay, that's very interesting. So if I let them go after this pawn, I might get this, yes, okay, that's good. What are they planning there. This is good for me. This is perhaps giving me a stronger position than I had before. I'll take that. I'll look for this. Okay, I've got one defender at the moment. I can put a second defender on it and then I can block here. This is a blockade essentially. Push and then, oh, that's opening up that. If I do this and they take, then I'm up. I've got an outside pass pawn. I've only got a minute. Let's save the piece like that. Let's just try pushing. We've got to remember that this is a diagonal that we want to keep in place. If we take here, it might be a bit of risk here. If I can get onto this diagonal, it'll be good. Push and take the diagonal. Just push the outside pass pawn, get their rook behind it. This is covered, so be happy with that. Oh, my heart was racing there. +6 material for me, just cropped off the bottom of the screen. This is the third game I'm recording for this channel. I'm doing lots of puzzles and checkmate patterns, endgames, openings. I hope you'll give me some feedback, tell me what else I could be working on. This is a passed pawn if I go this way. I think that's good. Okay, I can go behind that. Don't think I need to. I need to make my mind up. That's a hanging rook. Excellent. We're going this way now. Do not have increment, but the king is going to struggle. And they might resign. Let's just get the queen. Check. Got this. Mate. Fighting back again, very low on time. It says there's a brilliant move in here, so I will try and review it, but I might have to change the screen crop. And I'm on 1419. It's giving me slightly bigger increments at the moment because I haven't played for a little while as I was preparing this channel. The graph does crop off the edge of the screen here. It shows, you can see me taking a lead, +4, going behind -3, and then just after the edge of the screen here, a couple of moves later it goes to +4, +6, and then there are some mates. I had accuracy of 77, my opponent had an accuracy of 68. I've got a brilliant and 2 greats. They had 1 great move. I had 2 blunders and they had 1 blunder. Overall, it's given them a rating of 800 for the game, which doesn't really match my view of how they played. Let's remember how big a chessboard is. Okay, we've got... Okay, so the brilliant just comes at knowing this theoretical opening line. It does show that the bishop sack can be the best line. In that case, I take with the king, then they take the pawn and I move my king back, I think, to this same square. This is fine. Now I didn't know exactly how to play from here, so that was the best move, found that. They found a best move, and the question is, should I trade off here? Yes, okay. This wasn't pinning the knight, so I didn't see the bishop move as being best. I thought taking a pawn in the centre that I can support, that pawn I think became quite central to the game, e4. But I guess putting the bishop here does win tempo on their knight. Might have given me time to then castle long. Check the suggested line here. It's not going to show me on this mode. Okay, so we played like this. It still wants me to win. Yeah, I wouldn't have played that at that point. Try and kick the knight out. I knew they were coming for an outpost, but yeah, didn't find the best way to support the outpost. I was trying to get my dark square bishop onto b2, but then I would have hung the b3 pawn, trying to get developed so I could bring my rook in. Yeah, I blocked off, disconnected the defense, the rook on that pawn, so a bit tunnel vision there. And that was probably, yeah, it goes from plus 2.8 to even, so that was pretty obvious to me as soon as they took the pawn. And then I really got stuck with the knights coming in. I just thought they were going to trade off here. Yeah, so if I'd moved my king back as it shows, I didn't like that they were going to potentially come here, but I guess I can keep chasing them. But in this case it allowed them to take a pawn and get a fork, so it's now 2 minus 2, and then giving the check was not considered useful, and I lost the rook. So here I wanted some counterplay. Yeah, the other option, all lose. This, I thought this lost. Yeah, it does, because this is pinned. This way saves it, and the other ways all lose the knight. So that was a fairly easy. How long did it take me? Yeah, it took me 20 seconds to see that was pretty much the only option. They moved away from my bishop, and I wanted where the knight was going. This fork, and at this point I decided if I vacate this square, I saw the alignment of their two rooks, if I vacate the square and don't attack them, maybe I can get a skewer. I'm going to call it a skewer because it's in one line. You could call it a pin onto the other rook. So this was, went from minus 1.6 to positive. This was a poor move, and then I could take with check and win the knight. I saw very quickly that this was going to be take with check, and then as I was considering it, realised I was winning the knight. This was probably a big turning point in the game. Yeah, it goes from even. They need to defend the knight. I win a whole knight. And then that second move, yeah, well, that really threw everything. I was either winning two rooks for nothing, or I was winning the rook and the knight. So here I'm up 2 minor pieces, and I've got an outside passed pawn. Okay, they had one pawn back for it, so that attacked the knight. Trade off here with attacks the rook. And this move, I didn't see it for, yeah, it took me 16 seconds on the clock down there to see that the rook was hanging. They've gone after a pawn. I nearly put my rook behind it. I nearly moved my king to, well, which would have just pinned me. And then I just saw it was hanging. They've got isolated pawns against my pawn. And I didn't calculate this square. The king technically is just in the square, can reach the pawn, but because it's supported by a rook, there's no value in trying for this line. It doesn't work, so they moved away. I thought of giving the bishop check, but I didn't like this. Of course it would have been fine. Here the check gives very few options, and the one they chose led to mate. This was a nice pattern, and one that I've seen in Polgar mate patterns. Polgar is a book of checkmate patterns written by Judith Polgar's father, I believe, Laszlo Polgar. There's thousands of checkmate patterns in that book. They are available in the electronic version, and you can drill them and learn different checkmates. They don't have like realistic game positions, but they have some patterns with all kinds of combinations of pieces, and one of them would be the queen defended by any piece. You know, it could be a rook here, for example, defending the queen, and then the queen is taking off these dark squares, the pawn is taking off these light squares. So that's a pattern I've seen there before. Thanks for following along. Give me some comments, tell me what I should be working on. Not interposing the defence of a pawn, and not letting their knights come in for the attack like that would be a good start.